Hello students, in this video we are going to understand the classification of acid depending on their basicity. First of all, let's understand that what is the meaning of that. That means how many hydrogen ion they can give when mixed with water. Here is the definition. The basicity of an acid is defined as the number of hydronium ion produced by the ionization of one molecule of that acid in aqueous solution. Means basicity means the number of hydronium ion an acid can give from one molecule when dissolved in water. It is further divided in monobasic acid, dibasic acid and tribasic acid. So let's understand that. First is monobasic. Acid which on ionization in water produce one hydronium ion per molecule. Means a monobasic acid gives one hydronium ion from each of its molecule. Example, hydrochloric acid. When hydrochloric acid react with water, it will give hydronium ion. It is only one hydronium ion plus Cl minus. Other similar example like HBr, HNO3, Hi and CH3COOH, that is acetic acid. Here, important note that you have to remember is, it must be emphasized here that the basicity of an acid depends not on the number of hydrogen atom in one molecule of that acid, but on the number of ionizable hydrogen atom that it has per molecule. Example, acetic acid, that is CH3COOH or C2H4O2. Let's understand the meaning of this. The basicity of an acid is not the total number of hydrogen atom in it. You just see this example, CH3COOH. In acetic acid, there are total 4 hydrogen atom, but only one of them can be released in water, so it is monobasic. So please remember, it is not like that number of hydrogen atom is equal to hydronium ion. Okay, it is important that how many hydronium ion is released in water. So molecule ionized by release only one hydronium ion. So you have to remember this. Here you can see the equation, CH3COOH plus water, it will give only one hydronium ion, not 4 hydronium ion. Though they have a 4 hydrogen atom, so it is not like that. This is a very important point that you have to remember. Okay, so monobasic acid ionize in one step and so form only one normal salt. So you have to remember that when monobasic acid is react with base, it form only one salt, that is NaCl. Now second is dibasic acid. Acid which on ionization produce 2 hydronium ion per molecule. Okay, so dibasic acid can give 2 hydronium ion from one molecule. Here is an example, sulfuric acid, oxalic acid, sulfurous acid and carbonic acid. You can see the example here. Okay, now you can see the reaction also. Dibasic acid ionize in 2 steps as shown below. You can see the equation, hydrochloric acid plus water, it will give 1 hydronium ion plus HSO4. Now again HSO4 plus water, again it ionizes and give 1 hydronium ion again and then SO4 minus. So it breaks in 2 parts. Same example of H2CO3. H2CO3 plus water, H3O plus HCO3 minus. Again HCO3 minus plus water, again 2 hydronium ion and then CO3 minus. So it means dibasic acid have 2 replaceable hydrogen ion. How many? 2 replaceable hydronium ions. So that you have to remember, and they form one acid salt or one normal salt. Here you can see the example that when NaOH react with H2SO4, it will give sodium hydrogen sulfate, and when 2 mole of NaOH react with H2SO4, it will give normal salt plus water. So tribasic acid, acid which on ionization in water produce 3 hydronium ion per molecule of the acid. Means tribasic acid can give 3 hydronium ion from one molecule. How H₃PO₄ ionize in 3 steps. So here is the 3 steps how H₃PO₄ is ionized. Now there is one exceptions over here that you have to remember. What is that exception? That H₃PO₃. H₃PO₃, it is not a tribasic, it is dibasic. Now you have to understand this. Why? See, because of oxy acid of phosphorus, hydrogen atom which are attached to oxygen atom are replaceable, but hydrogen atom directly bonded to phosphorus atom are not replaceable. Now you can see here in this diagram, okay, here phosphorus is bonded with OH group, right? And here it is bonded with hydrogen. This bond is not replaceable. You can't replace this bond. That is why it releases only 2 hydronium ion and only that hydrogen that bonded with oxygen. So you can say in this figure that only 2 hydrogen is bonded with oxygen. That is why H₃PO₃, you have to remember this because The question came that why H₃PO₃ is not tribasic, it is a dibasic. So you have to remember this. The one joined directly to phosphorus can't break away. Okay, so tribasic acid can form two types of acid salts and one normal salt. See here the structure of phosphoric acid. All three hydrogen are on OH group. So all three can be released. And that is the end of the classification of acid by basicity, monobasic, dibasic, tribasic with clear example and exception. I hope this helps. So follow and subscribe for more easy chemistry.